There's 3D printing, electronics, lasers, Pacemaker Corner, and other stuff too. Alright, welcome to Greg's Maker Corner. In this video series I'm going to be talking about the ESP32 Pro controller that was intended to be for CodeMash 2021, and of course, given the situation that we had in 2020, that's not happening, but we still wanted to make the hardware available, and also thought it would be nice to give folks a chance to try this out in lieu of CodeMash this year. So please check out the project. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's very similar to the conference badge we did in 2020, but just some newer hardware and definitely a little more on the audio side. So I think you'll really enjoy it. In the video series, I'm going to basically be going over the entire process of building it. So you'll see step-by-step instructions. It's about a 7 or 8 part video series. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, but it is a pretty straightforward, through-hole soldering project. So hopefully you won't have any issues. Thanks for watching. Okay, so on the right-hand side, you can see that we have the CodeMash 2020 conference badge. On the left, we have the new ESP32 Pro. So there's not a huge amount of difference. You can see that the chips are a little bit different. So they're both ESP32s, but this one is a slightly different version of it. We also have a lot more of the controls. So we've got some buttons on both sides, and we've also got the stick controllers, similar to what you might find on like an Xbox controller. The other big thing that you'll notice that's different is we have some real legit speakers. We also have a little digital audio converter with a headphone jack, so that's very nice. It uses we have the battery now on the back side, and there's also a charger, so you can plug it in and charge it. Something else you might notice is that the screens are definitely different. So a little bit larger screen. There's also an SD card on here that you can use. Very similar. Now a lot of the sketches that we did for 2020 are being ported over, so you'll be able to find those in the source code links in the description, the Github Repository. All right, and what you can see here is I've got one of the sketches loaded. This is actually a web radio, so you can connect it to your Wi-Fi. You do have to go in and edit the configuration in one of the files. In order to use the controller, you're going to need to load sketches to it. You're going to need to download Visual Studio Code, which is free. And then you're going to download, clone the repo that's available with the GitHub link, and then you're just going to open one of the sketches. These are the current ones that are available at the time of this video. Let's do the time and weather one. So I'll open that up. And then once you open that up, all you're going to do, you're basically going to have to compile it. And you can click the little check mark box down here at the bottom left. You can see my mouse moving. It'll then go through, compile the code. And if you're missing a library, you might have to do that manually. So in some of these sketches, you're going to have to provide your SSID and password so I can get on the internet. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to recompile and load. Okay, and just a reminder, when you're loading, you're going to need to press the upload arrow, and then on your controller, sometimes you'll have to hit that button, sometimes you won't. But if it's just sitting there and connecting, go ahead and hit that top button right above the USB, which it's a little hard to see, it's right here. So once you get that done, you should be able to get a connection, and then you're going to be able to start your program. So there you can see it got the network time, got the date, so everything's looking good. Okay, you can press the buttons over here, and you'll start to see some other setting or other things that pop up on the screen, like in this case the temperature in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. And one of the first sketches you're going to want to run is the test sketch. So you can just load that up, go File, Open Folder, and then browse to the test, and then click your select folder. I've already got it loaded here, and you're going to do the same thing. This is covered in the videos as well. So I'm going to compile it with the little check mark. Once that gets done compiling, I'm going to click the The little arrow that uploads it to the board, making sure that I'm connected with a good cable. So you're going to see some blinking going on. And once again, if you see this connecting and nothing much is happening, just come down here and press the button. And that should wake it up and allow it to connect and write the sketch, putting it into the programmer mode. All right, so here's what you get when you first install the sketch, and you can go through here and you can basically check that all your buttons are working. So you'll also be able to check the speakers. And that's another cool thing about this one is you have the sounds, and they're pretty decent speakers. You know, it's really easy to extend the code. Once you take a look at some of the sketches, you might want to go in there and make your own sketch. So there's a handful of them already. It should be pretty trivial just to move some of the old sketches over because it's a lot of the same hardware. You might just have to remap some of the pins, but one of them was already done. If you are interested in getting the kit, there's information in the comments, and you can take a look at Paul's site, the 2bittinker.com. He's got all the BOM posted. You may want to go in with a friend because unfortunately we weren't really able to get a kit priced out easily. So you're going to probably have to buy some extra parts because it's hard just to buy individual resistors and whatnot. So, but you know, it's good to have that stuff around anyway. Expect to spend probably around, I'm thinking $60 to $70 for the hardware, including the custom PCB that Paul designed. All right, I hope you enjoy this project, and just let Paul or I know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you.